Live right now. Great. Okay, so we'll get started. I'm sure people will be joining on too after a few minutes. That's usually the case. So first of all, welcome to Work It Wednesday. Um, Today, I was really excited about this one. Let me let some people in. Hold on. There we go. Welcome, everybody. So, on this episode of Work It Wednesday, I wanted to talk about YouTube ads for realtors. And there's a lot of different reasons that kind of led me to want to do this. Number one, when I went into real estate in 2018 from teaching, and I didn't have a big budget, really. Facebook, well, then Facebook, now Meta, was a great place that I could actually get my content out there and get tons of leads into my CRM without really having to pay. And then what happened is over the last few years, as we've all seen, because a lot of you also are doing the Facebook ads. I know a lot of us are with Street Text, who, by the way, Carter's also with Canada. But the Facebook advertising has gotten more and more expensive. And there was something a few weeks ago that was said, and it has stuck with me, and I can't seem to get it out of my head. And what was said is that when you are doing advertisements on social media, while it's great and we should do all the things, there's something very unique that Facebook lacks when it comes to advertisement. And that is, number one, there's a difference between interest and intent. And so, what this person was talking about is on Facebook, there's groups for everything. You can join a gardening group, you can join a dog group. And just because you're interested in that does not mean you have intent to buy a dog or intent to, buy flowers. So, it really stood out to me because I was thinking we get people who click on our ads who a lot of times they just like to look at houses. They just like to see what's out there. They like to look at the market, but they have no intent on actually being a buyer or seller in the market. And what I really heard from everybody speaking about YouTube and Google ads is that's very different. There's an intent there because the approach is there's entering keywords at the beginning. So there's already an intent there. So that way the leads coming in are going to be more purposeful and there's an intent there, not just interest. What led me to Carter actually is I was looking at a lot of different people talking about YouTube ads for realtors. And I don't know why this got in my head, but what stood out, Carter, is number one, your age, right? I mean, let's just talk about it. I'm an old woman already, not really, but seeing that you were this young digital entrepreneur stood out because I was thinking about real estate industry as a whole. And you have all these shiny objects and people who come across and they don't like us up front. If you look at all of the data, basically real estate agents are not looked highly upon as first impression. We're right there with lawyers and car salesmen. And what I liked about you is I thought you have the same kind of obstacles because you are young and you can't get away from that, right? People's perception is first to see that. So when I started watching your content, I thought, wow, not only is it impressive everything you've done, and I've kind of dived into everything that you've been doing, but I thought it was really impressive how you started your business, how it's grown, and the fact that you're so comfortable with, ads that are on YouTube and Google. So I was really impressed by you. And for those of you that don't know, Carter Vincentini, he is the CEO and founder of Versatile Agency. And I'm going to let him introduce himself a little bit more. If you want to share just a little bit about who you are, and then we can dive into YouTube for agents and why it might be even better than running meta ads or ads on other social media platforms.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jennifer. I appreciate the flowers. I'll do a quick intro of myself and kind of my background, and then I don't want to take away too much of your guys' time, so I'll jump right into kind of the pros and cons of Meta, YouTube, Google, and all that fun stuff. So, just yeah, like Jennifer said, this business started around 3.5, 4 years ago. Basically, like every other high school kid, came out of high school, didn't know what I wanted to do. Found a course for business, marketing, stuff like that. Fell in love with it immediately. First client was a realtor, so started working with agents, became a property investor very young, fell in love with the whole process of working with realtors. They're like entrepreneurs, so we connected on the same level as far as the sales and all that fun stuff. So the whole snowball effect of continuing to get more agents, continue to work more teams, learning more, YouTube University and all that fun stuff. And then now 3.5, 4 years later, doing it, obviously become, more of an expert in the space and learn more and more. So yeah, just a little bit of background as far as Versatile Agency. We work with 62 agents throughout Canada and US. Mainly in Canada, I'm located in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. For anyone who doesn't know where that is, it's like 7.5 hours north of Toronto. So a lot of snow here. I'm assuming most of this audience is going to be from the States. 30% of our clientele is in the States. We're getting more and more sort of, in the USA. But yeah, so 62 happy agents. They did a total of 786 million last year. We generated 4.97 million in GCI. And yeah, just some of the different teams, brokerages, and stuff like that. So that's a little bit about myself, how this sort of business started. I'll dive into sort of the pros and cons as far as YouTube, Google, Facebook, Instagram advertising, and that whole fun world. So just out of curiosity for the people that are live in this call, raise your hand if you've ever actually ran online ads or if you've done anything online as far as marketing for yourself. Okay, so yeah, a couple people. So the biggest thing for advertising online in general is that there's pros and cons to every platform. Every platform is good for a different reason. So kind of like what Jennifer was saying is that there's the intent factor when you're doing it online for Google, YouTube, people are searching certain stuff. For Facebook, Instagram, people are browsing. That's a lot of the rebuttals you get is that, people aren't serious. They just wanted to see pictures of the ad. They just wanted to see the price point and they're just browsing. They're just looking. So for Facebook, for Meta, is that volume. It's a volume game. For this in general, it's a volume game. The first thing that I'm going to say before I jump into all the pros and cons is that whether you're a brand new agent who's been doing this for 2 months, whether you've been an agent for 30 years, the biggest takeaway from doing online marketing is that you guys are not an e-commerce store running an ad for a cool new Louis Vuitton hoodie that you designed, where someone might see your ad and purchase the hoodie right away. No one is going to see Jackie's real estate ad or Lexi's real estate ad and be like, oh my God, honey, come look at this ad. I'm so excited. Let's list my $1 million house today. That's not how it's going to work. It's never going to happen like that. So the name of this game is nurture, 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 nurture. The biggest thing right now is that anyone can run an ad. Anyone can run a Facebook ad. It's really not that difficult. You throw an ad up, you'll probably get a couple clicks. You'll get a couple of useless people that opt in from it. They showed some level of interest. Anyone can run an ad right now. That's like 15% of the service delivery. And that's what I explained to all of our clients is that what we want to do with our clients is wherever you're located, our goal is to make you like a mass murderer in that area. And what I mean by that is that we want everyone to know who you are. That's what our goal is. So from the second someone shows whatever level of interest and they opt into your ad, the magic happens on the back end. Like I said, anyone can run an ad, but what happens is that these agents that just start doing marketing is that they get a lead, they call that lead once, they send maybe one email, they send maybe one text message, and if they don't hear back from that person, that's all that happens. They're just like, oh, the lead quality is terrible. Like I called once, I sent a text, I sent an email, I never heard back from them. Congratulations, you did absolutely nothing. What we do is we have custom year nurturing automations. So for the next year, that person is going to get value-based videos from the agent with neighborhood spotlight videos, infographics, market updates. The whole goal is you want to try and provide as much value as possible. You want to stay top of mind. So whenever that person does think about buying or selling, whether it's in 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, half a year, they think of you because all they've been getting is your videos, your market updates. So they think of your name. So that's how all these teams consistently crush it and do 500,000 every single year, do $1 billion. They're not worried about what's going to happen in 30 days or what's going to happen in the next 2 weeks. How many leads am I going to get? What they're worried about is staying top of mind, providing value for the next year. So a little bit of a tangent before I actually dive into, the actual pros and cons. That's the main thing to focus on is staying top of mind, nurturing these people, having the proper back-end system set up. Otherwise, you're just wasting money and the advertising is, nothing's going to happen from it. So I'll share a slide here just to briefly go over some stuff. Just give me 1 second here. Can you guys see my screen just to make sure it's working?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So just a little quick case study as far as an ads manager. This is a campaign we're running for a solo realtor across Instagram and Facebook. So this is Meta. If you guys aren't familiar with this, this is statistics and data for the last 31 days from August 1st to August 31st. So relatively recent data. It's not from the spring market or from the summer market. Just to give you an idea as far as numbers that you know want to be hitting. So in 31 days, this agent got 91,000 impressions. They got 24,000 accounts reached. They got an average click-through rate on their ads of 22.23%. For anyone who doesn't know, the industry average in the real estate space for a click-through rate on an ad is 0.9%. So if you're running an ad right now, look at your click-through rate. If it's over 0.9%, that's good. If it's under, that's bad. Either look at your creative, look at the ad copy, something's not right. So they got 215 leads in 31 days. They got an average cost per lead of $2.64, and they spent $566 in advertising. Now, like I say to everyone, is that I'm not one to BS. Getting leads off of Instagram and Facebook, they're like Arctic cold. They're the coldest leads of all time. Like Jennifer said, no one's going on Instagram or Facebook to be like, let's go browse and look at some homes. They're going on there to watch funny videos. They're going on there to see what their friends posted. So when your ad does come across the screen and they show some level of interest in whatever it is that they showed interest in, they're very cold. So from those 215 individuals, we got 17 appointments in 31 days from consistently following up, calling, value-based emails, text messages, and all that fun stuff. So just to show you from a creative and a ad perspective. Now, when I'm going through discovery calls with people, this is my favorite slide to go over. And the reason being for that is I don't even like to showcase any of this stuff because it's not like it's anything extraordinary. It's not anything pretty or cool. And that's the exact reason I like to present it, is because for whatever reason, people think you need to develop some sort of Super Bowl commercial quality ad and spend thousands of dollars on graphic designing. And that's just not the case whatsoever. The
I'm
most
glad you said
basic,
that.
yeah, exactly. The most basic and simplistic ads work the best. And the only reason I could say that is because we've split tested hundreds and hundreds of different ads. We've developed the ad with a great big call to action on it. It took 8 hours of graphic designing and it looked beautiful. And the click-through rate was terrible and it didn't get any results. You got to think realistically and logically. If an image comes across your screen and it screams, I'm an advertisement, no one clicks on it. No one wants to click on an ad that looks like an ad because they don't want to get put into some sort of retargeting campaign. They don't want to get put into some sort of automation. So when we run something that's just basic, simplistic, it blends in with a regular Instagram or Facebook post. It looks like Isabel just posted it on her Facebook. No one thinks twice about clicking on it because it doesn't really alert anyone. It just looks like an agent trying to provide some value. That's how we get the high click-through rates that we get. That's how we get the low cost per leads that we get. So in the top left-hand corner and in the right-hand corner, this like home collage ad template, just to give you an example, that general ad idea has been the top performing advertisement for all clients across the board over the last like month to month and a half. And what I mean by that is that it's gotten the best average click-through rate of 10%. It's gotten the lowest average cost per lead of $4.50. It's gotten thousands of leads and hundreds of deals closed. So a simple ad like that works very, very well. You don't need to do anything crazy when it comes to the advertising. Obviously, we're split testing a bunch of new creatives every single month. But the idea behind presenting this is to show you that basic simplicity, works very, very well. So as far as the different strategies on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google, like I said, the platforms are very good for different reasons. For Facebook and for Instagram, the goal is volume. We're trying to get as many people to see your face as possible. We're trying to fill up the pipeline. We're trying to bring in as many people as we possibly can. We know if we talk to a certain amount of people, if we talk to 100 people, if we talk to 200 people, you're bound to have some good conversations and you're bound to find some people that are interested and they just so happen to stumble across your ad on Instagram and Facebook. So the goal is usually what we're doing on Facebook and Instagram is we're running different campaigns using those creatives that I showed you. We're seeing, okay, what's getting a good cost per lead under $10? What's getting a good click-through rate, 10% plus, and what's getting results? We're just trying to bring in as many people as we can. You can get a low cost per lead with Facebook and Instagram because, like I said, the quality is lower. It's just people that are browsing. They might just click on it to see the images of the house, click on it to see the price point, but it doesn't matter because maybe that person that just wanted to see the price, maybe they are actually looking in 2 months or a month, and they're just so happen to be one of those 200 people that came in. So that's typically the route you want to take when you're running Instagram and Facebook advertisements. Now, what we do as far as a strategy that we implement is called a listing strategy. I'm not going to dive too much into this stuff, but what we do is we leverage listings from the agent. If the agent doesn't have any listings, we leverage listings from their office. And what we do is we say, attention, new listing, check out yada, 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 XYZ. And this gets a lot of people's attention because just like everyone that likes to browse on realtor.com or Zillow or realtor.ca, they just like to look at the houses. So we're kind of taking the same approach with the ads. We get a whole bunch of volume from it. ISAs are calling these people, we're sending out emails, text messages, and hopefully we're converting it into new appointments. So to briefly touch on this topic, video ads are massive. We do a lot of ad library research as far as spying on other agents, teams, and agencies in all areas to see what other people are doing. And there's no video ads. There's very lack of video ads being run on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. It's even better with YouTube because there's no competition on YouTube either. So now brand awareness through the roof, high quality leads, potential for a bunch of new deals. So on Instagram and Facebook, sometimes what we do, depending on the client, if we're running a video ad, ever since Mr. Zuckerberg decided to be a hero about 5 years ago, kind of like what Jennifer was saying, he's made it very, very difficult to hit a high quality and good target audience on Instagram and Facebook when advertising in the real estate space. And what I mean by that is that if you run a real estate ad, you have to select what's now called the housing category. And basically what that does is it restricts you from advertising under 15-mile radius. It restricts you from doing any detailed search targeting. It restricts you from changing the age of the people you target due to discriminatory purposes, even though a 16-year-old isn't looking to buy a house. So he's made it a lot more difficult. You have to get way more creative, which is obviously, either your job or the agency's job you're working with, whatever that looks like. So what we do to hit more high quality individuals is we run video ads. So we create a video ad campaign and we create our own custom audience of all individuals who view your video. So just like all these massive corporations do, if you watch a video for a brand new Nike shoe for longer than probably 10 seconds, for the next half a year of your life, you're going to get hit with Nike ads. And you're like, oh, how did they know that I like this shoe? Because you showed interest, you watched half of their video, they're going to retarget you, they're going to put you in retargeting campaigns. So just like all these massive businesses and corporations do the exact same thing, just in the real estate space. So you run a video ad, say it gets 100,000 views after a month, 50,000 of those people watch half the video, show some level of interest. We create a retargeting campaign, we create lookalike audiences, new advertisements, and you retarget all these people. So next time they see Carrie's, commercial, they're gonna be like, okay, I saw Carrie's video. I'm seeing all these new advertisements from her. If they are interested in what Carrie's offering, they opt in, they come into her database. She starts calling them. She starts sending them value-based emails, value-based text messages, and the whole process of nourishing, vetting, booking appointments, disqualifying, qualifying people will essentially begin. So that's a way around Instagram and Facebook as far as still hitting good quality individuals, still hitting a high quality audience. You just have to do a lot more retargeting and kind of leveraging that stuff. Now, YouTube, the fun platform, which we clearly wanted to talk about. So like Jennifer said, YouTube is great. Obviously, you're running a video, so you get that edited, revised, you're happy with whatever video you want to run on there. Now, since Google owns YouTube, you are quite literally able to target people that are actively searching in the real estate market. It doesn't get any easier than this. It's very, very simple. So for example, this is the walkthrough that I use when I take the sales calls and discovery calls with the teams, agents, and stuff like that. Jim here. Jim is working his 9-to-5 job. He's supposed to be working, but throughout the day, he's just on realtor.com or Zillow looking at homes. He's looking at what are the current interest rates, homes for sale near me, top agents to work with near me. Jim's hitting all those keywords on Google throughout the workday. And then 5 o'clock comes around the corner and it's time for Jim to go home. So Jim goes home. Later that night, he jumps on the couch with a bag of chips and he turns on YouTube to watch the TSN recaps from last night's game or Gordon Ramsay best moments. I don't know, whatever someone would want to watch on YouTube. Jim is then going to get smacked in the face with your real estate video that you've created because we know Jim is a high quality individual. This guy's on realtor.com every other day. He's looking at top agents to work with near me. So along with Jim and the hundreds or thousands of other people that are of high intent searching the stuff on Google, we want them to get smacked in the face with your video ad, potentially opt into whatever it is that you're offering to them. They come into our database. We start calling them. We start hitting them with value-based emails, text messages, and that whole process begins. So that's one of the main strategies on YouTube. Unfortunately, I don't have an hour to break down exactly how you build up the campaign and do the different searches, but it is possible. When you develop the ad, you create the video, whatever it is that you want to offer. Usually it's introducing yourself. The name of this game is building trust. The quicker you can do that, the better off you are. If you can get people to feel like they already know you and trust you before they even meet you, you're 3 steps ahead of everyone else. So that's why these videos work so well. People can actually put a face of the business. They see who the survey is going to. They see who the form's going to. So you introduce yourself quickly. You offer buyer's guide, seller's guide, whatever that looks like. You can, put Google search ads for all those terms. Like I said, unfortunately, I can't break down the entire campaign, but it's something that works. So that's one of the main strategies that we implement on YouTube. Another phenomenal strategy we came up with for getting more sellers and getting strictly more listings, it's called a neighborhood farming strategy. So what we do with some of our clients is we say, okay, Jackie, what you're going to do is if you're very known in the neighborhood you live in, or there's an area you've sold a lot of homes in, or there's an area you want to get into and you want to farm, what you're going to do is you're going to go there and you're going to film a quick neighborhood video ad. So I'll show you guys a quick example of what an agent done so you guys can actually see as far as what an ad would look like from a video perspective. So here's one that we would have shot, which is a little bit more high production. So for this specific team, they're a duo in Toronto. Their focus was luxury residential real estate. So we thought, okay, how are we going to attract the consumers? How are we going to represent their brand correctly? And then we came up with this idea. We ran it everywhere. I got over 1 million+ impressions on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Worked very, very well for them. So this is an example of sort of like a neighborhood farming video we would do. I'll show another video of what an agent filmed to make it a little bit more realistic, but.
Hey kid, are you lost?
No, my agents are on their way.
No matter who you are or where you are, we are your real estate experts.
Hi, how are you?
So now to show you something that could be a little more real as far as you just going out in a neighborhood and filming it on your phone. This individual just went to an area, filmed it, sent us over the raw footage. You edit it quickly, make it look good, and you run this, and it works just as well. Sometimes the more relatable and the more personable something is, the better it works. So I don't think you have to go and shoot some sort of commercial. That's, a one-off with depending on the team or brokerage. A lot of the agents, they just film themselves and it honestly just works better.
Attention Sault Ste. Marie, did you know that the average selling price in this area has been $288,000? Currently, I'm on the corner of Kern and Campbell. That's a dramatic increase from what this area is used to. I'm Tyler Bizazi with Exit Realty True North. I have sold homes in this area and I'm looking to sell more. I do have buyers who are interested in this area. I would love to help them get into a new house or help you sell yours. If that interests you, click the link below and I'm looking forward to chatting with you.
So now that would be a YouTube ad that we could place on YouTube. What you're capable of doing is you can target down to a 0.8 kilometer radius. So unlike Facebook, where you have to be 15 miles, on YouTube, you can go down to 0.8 kilometers. So we would take a video like that, and what we would do for Tyler is we'd place it specifically in that neighborhood. So anyone who goes on YouTube in that area, yes or yes, 1000%, they see this video. So it works very well. If you're a hustler and you want to, take it to the next level, you go and you do door knocking there, people recognize you, you go and you put door hangers there, you farm that entire area, you look like a neighborhood expert. You get a lot of inquiries about people wanting you to come check out their house because they think you're an expert or what you think their house is worth. So it works very well. You just keep rinsing and repeating this process. You do it in this area, you do it in this area, and you just keep on doing it. The best part about YouTube is that it's relatively cheap. People have to watch past 5 seconds of your video for you to actually get charged. That's just, how it works. So yeah, the main takeaway is that both platforms are good for different things. YouTube, you're going to get higher quality leads. You're going to increase your brand awareness. But at the end of the day, all of this stuff is very, very irrelevant if you don't have the proper back end set up and you're not nurturing these people that are coming in. You're not calling them, every other day, because if a lead comes in and gets one call, one text, one email, nothing's going to happen from that. We have clients, we have leads that respond back to emails and they entered our database 8 months ago. We just had an agent yesterday that got a listing appointment for some commercial building. That individual entered the database 8 months ago, finally replied to one of the emails, they started chatting, and they went off and listed their building. So whether the person's looking to buy, sell in the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months, that's how you have to think about it. You got to stay top of mind. You got to be sending out neighborhood spotlight videos, infographics, market updates, and just provide as much value for these people as you can, because there's 80,000 other realtors around you that are probably trying to do the exact same thing. So you got to separate yourself with the back end and what it is that you're actually doing. But yeah, I mean, I want to keep this short, sweet, and possible. Thank you, Jennifer, once again for getting on here. I don't know if anyone has any quick questions or anything like that, but yeah, hopefully you guys.
So many questions, but first of all, let me put your information in the chat. So for everybody that is interested, I'm going to give you Carter's information as well. So if you go over to the chat now, you'll see his booking link and information on his YouTube, his social media platforms. But so one question that I have is, number one, what would you say that for, a good campaign dollar amount, what do you think a good campaign would be for that short kind of, video look? Like if you're trying to get more listings and you want to run something on YouTube, like what's a good ad spend to think about for the month?
Yeah, so our minimum ad spend as far as what we're doing across is usually $15-$20 a day. Now keep in mind, I'm speaking in the Canadian dollar. So for you guys, that would be, whatever the conversion is for that. Say if it's $600 Canadian, it's probably like $450 American. So whatever that looks like. That's usually what our minimum ad budget is. Anything, if you have a campaign that's already working and you know what your cost per lead is, then you can spend whatever you want, because you know if I spend $100, I'm going to get 30 leads. And with 30 leads, I have a 5%, conversion rate to bookings. So sometimes it comes down to a numbers game and crunching the numbers, but at the start, when we need to split test, we do a minimum of $20 a day across like 4 different ads or whatever it is that we're doing. That's usually a good budget where it gives us enough room to split test and try new stuff.
Looks like Manny has a question.
Yeah, that's about $1,500 a month, right? You're doing 3 ads, $20, 600 a piece, 30 days. You know what I mean? That's a good amount of money. How many leads can we get from that? So let's just say we got that money for you today. How many leads can we expect to close from those, man?
Yeah, so the budget is $20 a day, so it'd be $600 a month. What we do is we do 20 because we split test 5, 5, 5, 5. So it's not 20 per ad or 20 per ad set. It's 20. Then we can do 5, 5, 5, 5. So 600 Canadian is around like 450 US, 500 US, but we're shooting for an average cost per lead of usually around $7. So if you were to max out our ad budget and we spent $600, you'd be looking at around 85 leads with our lowest tier package. And then from that, it all depends. You're calling and you're using our scripts. But if our ISAs are calling, our trained ISAs, we have around a 5% conversion rate to booked appointments. So if you're getting 85 leads, you can expect, 3, 4 appointments, whatever that math is. And then from that, it varies because it comes down to the agent, how good they are at closing. Usually deals come into fruition from, 2 to 6 months is our average lead life cycle. So average numbers overall are hard to talk about in this business because everyone's an outlier. Everyone's brand is different. Every market is different. Every, strategy campaign we're running is different. But overall, those are kind of the average numbers we're trying to hit usually.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's amazing. I'll get that money tomorrow. Let's get started.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no, that is really different because actually I've always been one thing that I'm known for. Like a lot of people talk to me, I'm very conservative. It's probably because I used to be a teacher, but I am not about all those shiny objects. But over the years, my Facebook went from spending nothing to spending about $10 a day to honestly now I'm spending $30, $40 a day. And that's before even the platform that I use, because the platform itself costs money. And you realize you're spending thousands of dollars every month. And it's not that I don't convert them. I mean, it's been wonderful, but the life cycle for Facebook leads is completely different as well. Because like you said, a lot of them, there's not that intent there. They're interested, but they could just be interested in looking at houses and, information. But the conversion for me is really after 2 or 3 years when they finally are in a situation that they have to move or sell. So I'm really excited about this as well. So if somebody wanted to talk to you about this, is the booking link the best way to do that? Like if we wanted to start something now with the YouTube ads, or should we film an ad first, even if it's just a short whatever?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, all the people we work with is usually through the booking link. So yeah, it's just a discovery call. I'll walk you through the entire actual process of all the systems, the different strategies, our ISAs, the different packages, stuff like that. Obviously, I just give you a quick little snippet as far as like, what you can do on your own. But yeah, we'd walk you through different case studies, the entire systems, the strategies, our CRM that we put you on. We have those year automations fully built out for you already. We give you tasks as far as filming neighborhood spotlight videos. We help you out with the ads. You get access to the full service editing team. So yeah, the best way is that if you're interested in doing something or even entertaining the fact and looking at it, you can just book a call in through that booking link. You'll be chatting with me directly. I'll run you through the entire, discovery call. And then, yeah, if you just have simple questions or anything like that, like obviously, if you're interested in working, go through the booking link. If you just have a question regarding something because you want to do it yourself, send me over a DM on Instagram. Someone will reply there. I'll reply with a quick video just answering the question. Yeah, that's probably the best way.
Thank you so much. And did anyone else have any questions for Carter?
Awesome.
I wanted to ask you, like, if somebody wants to do like their own editing and stuff, like, do you have like different prices for like different levels of service, or is it like yes or no type of thing?
Yeah, no, great question. Yeah, it's all a tiered system. So we work with all agents. We have newer agents, established agents, teams, brokerages. There's a 3-tiered system. So yeah, we have basic, silver, gold. If you're just looking to get your feet wet or you're a brand new agent that we're reaching out to, then yeah, usually you're on the basic, you're doing the calls yourself. We're not even, getting into video ads yet. We're just kind of, testing the waters, bringing in some volume, filling up your pipeline. So yeah, the short answer to your question is, yeah, there's all different tiers. Depending on your area as well, we only work with, 3 people per area on each different package, new agent, established, and a team. So depending on the area as well, if we already have people there, if we don't, that also comes into play. But yeah.
What is your pricing, or is that all on the discovery call? Is there any information that we can get now so people can get started?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you're interested in just seeing the pricing right now before even jumping into the call, I can just share my screen real quick.
Sure.
So you guys can take pictures or write this stuff down, because you got to keep in mind the conversion rate. Unfortunately for you guys, which is a great part about when we get calls in the States or when we do outreach in the States, is that your dollar value is worth a lot more than ours. So this is all priced out for Canadians. So for you guys, it's just basically like getting a 40% off discount without, doing anything essentially. So we operate on 6-month minimum agreements. The reason being for this is everything I stress throughout our entire calls is that this is not a get rich quick scheme. It's not a 30-day change your life model. That's not how this stuff works. So anyone who doesn't understand that, we have no interest in entertaining anything. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. This isn't a churn and burn model for us. It's not a volume game. So that's why we operate on half-year minimum agreements, year agreements. That's basically it. So our basic package, we don't operate on month-to-month retainers. We don't have month-to-month payments. It's very, very simplistic and very, very self-explanatory. So you pay the $3,000, you're good for the entire half-year duration. You're good for 6 months. That's how it works. So 3,000 Canadian is about, I don't know what the conversion is for that, 2,100 USD or 1,800 USD for half a year, whatever that is. Now with the basic package, like I said, we're doing a little bit less. We're running Instagram ads, we're running Facebook ads, landing page development, monthly marketing reports, ad creation, bi-weekly meetings, CRM development. And your role in the basic package is you're making the calls, you're calling the leads, you're in the trenches, you're managing the CRM, and you're trying to book the appointments for yourself. There's no ISA involved. We have trained ISAs that make thousands of calls every single month, book a bunch of appointments. It's not some overseas call agency. They're all in-house. They're located in the States. They're located in Canada. So that's also a service that we offer in the next package. Now, a really cool thing is that over the last 4 years, we've took statistics of every individual we've worked with. And whenever we work with someone for a year, there's been a 100% success rate. So what I did, unfortunately, we're in a very, saturated business. There's a lot of other people out there. So I implemented an ROI guarantee, and I'll explain that guarantee to you guys and what exactly does that mean by that. If you sign up for a year, we will guarantee a return on investment. Basically, I did this for fun to give people a sense of security that we know what we're doing and to have as much skin in the game as we possibly can. So throughout the year duration, we're working together, we're having a great time, and you don't quite literally receive a return on investment from our services and what it is that we did for you, aka you didn't close deals, aka we didn't make you money. I'll refund you whatever it is that you paid us. I'll apologize for wasting your time. The team will apologize for wasting your time, and we'll simply part ways. My whole thing is that I would have to be brain dead knowing what we know, having the team that we have to do this throughout the duration of a year with anyone, no matter what market we're in, and not make the money. So if that were the case, I wouldn't feel very comfortable sleeping at night anyways. I'll happily refund anyone with a smile on my face, and we'll simply, part ways. So that's what our guarantee is. It's attached to every year agreement that we offer. So you sign up for a year, obviously it's double the time, double the fee. So 3K is half a year, 6K is full year. But yeah, so some of the different packages, silver, same model, $5,000 fee. Now we're implementing Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Google, ISA lead calling, manage the CRM, qualify, disqualify leads, move people around, ad creation, bi-weekly meetings, monthly marketing reports. Now we're implementing video ads as well, so you get access to the full service editing team. We're running ads on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube for videos, landing page development, CRM development, and then same thing. Sign up for a year, double the time, double the fee, get the guarantee. So it's 5K for half a year, 10K for a full year. All the packages are laid out for half year agreements. But yeah, that's a quick snippet and a quick look at the pricing structure and how that stuff works.
Do you use whatever CRM the agent has, or is there like a specific CRM that you implement?
Yeah, so most of the time agents or people already have their own CRMs, and we just tell them to keep using it for your own personal use. We'll put you on our CRM. It's very, very simplistic. If everyone's like me, I hate learning new platforms. So I made it as easy as possible. There's only 2 things you need to click on. That way we already have your automations built out. So we customize them for you, your business. We add, neighborhood spotlight videos, infographics, all that fun stuff. So yeah, we usually put you onto our CRM. It's very simple.
All right, I promise I'm going to let you go, but I really have one more question. Okay,
Yeah,
so the silver package, which I like because it has all of it, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everything. Okay, so that is about $3,700 US dollars for 6 months. Now, does that include everything? That's the platform, that's the ad spend, that is the ISA's calling, that's all of it.
Yeah, so it includes everything that you would pay us. We have a one-time fee, you pay us, we're good. We're not going to hit you with any other miscellaneous charges. That's for the CRM. We host the CRM, which is around $500 a month. We get you on everything. The only thing you're paying for is the ad spend. So the ad spend has nothing to do with us. We're not on Meta, we're not on YouTube, we're not on Google. It's a variable cost. I have no control over it. It's just the ad spend is the ad spend. So what people get hung up on the ad spend is that you'd pay that if we were in the picture, if we weren't in the picture. Now, how the ad spend works is that I need to show the maximum that it could be 4 months down the road, 3 months down the road if all the campaigns were working very, very well. If we were running a campaign and an advertisement 24/7, 30 days straight, relentlessly, without ever pausing it ever, it would be, the $20 a day or the $15 a day that we're showcasing you. That's never the case. Campaigns never running 24/7, 30 days straight without ever being paused. With our onboarding process at the start, we're split testing all new creatives, split testing all new ad copy. So it's getting paused for 5 days here, 5 days there. It's a variable cost. It changes month to month. So ad spends through the platforms, our fee is our fee. Then we're good for half a year. And you're just, managing the ad spend.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Carter. This is great. Yeah. Information is in the chat, and I will be sure to share it on the Facebook group as well. But thank you so much for taking your time out to do this.
Yes, thank you so much for reaching out. Thank you everyone else for listening. I wish you all the best, and yeah, happy New Year as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.